Boom. Okay. And we should be good to go. Okay, so good to have you guys here. We are going to go ahead and launch in. So welcome everybody, and we are going to move forward, and we're going to continue on right here. And we are recording the message right now. That's good. And good to have all you guys here. One thing I was going to just reiterate, I just mentioned it before, but I want to make sure that you guys are clear on it, that I had gone ahead and I had sent a few of you emails about missing assignments. You definitely want to get those in. I'll give you credit for them. At this point, if it's over a week late, it is going to be, you're going to lose 10%. So you can still get 90% of your grade, which is certainly worth doing it. And some of you have quite a few that are outstanding. So it'd be in your best interest to get those in sooner than later. Because I had a couple students last semester who waited too late and they thought they could just get it all together, and they didn't. And they wound up, actually, I had one person who scraped through with a D because they didn't get enough stuff done. And I had another student that failed altogether. So you don't want to do that. So if you have a lot of assignments out there, you want to make sure you get them done, and don't think they're going to take less time than they do. So they do take some time. So anyway, that's what we have right there. So anyway, good to have you guys here. And we are going to continue on the project here, okay? So we've been working on the Winthrop project, and what we've been doing is taking it in stages. So the first week we did the exterior walls and some of the interior elements. We did that. And then last week we began to take it a little bit further, put in some windows and so forth. And so this now, this week, I'm just going to pick it up where we left off last time. So this is what the final project looks like right here. And there's a few things I have going on here. Like, for instance, one thing that I have going on here is I actually have this whole porch. I've actually created this porch for you just to place it in there. And it's actually part of your template, which is why you want to use your template. So we actually have that in place. We've got a few other things that are out here. I've actually got these right here. These are wall lamps, 150 watt incandescent. These are just kind of like finishing touches that you're going to have. And we're going to go ahead and move forward on these and get these together. And yes, indeed, we shall. So we got that going on right there. So anyway, let's take a look at this here. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. And so what we've done so far is we've worked through here. One of the things that I mentioned to you guys is the fact that there are actually, let me see if I can get this out here. Let me see if I can do this, new share. And I think I have this open on a different, looks, no, maybe I don't have that. Okay, let me go ahead and open up something else here real quickly. Just gonna go ahead and close out of there. And I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna open up a, on my desktop, I'm gonna go ahead and open up this one. Okay, these are the files that we've been working with. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see? Yes, you can. We're going to do this. Let me go ahead and share this. And there we go. Okay, can you guys see this right here? This actually is the Winthrop project, the construction documents. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, good. So this is what we're working with. So you've got this one right here, and we're going through the sheets, and you're seeing as we go through here how these are going to look as we go through it. So you've got these, and again, yours are not going to have these, the copies. You're not going to have those. Those are just details for you guys to work on. So going through here, you're going to see that all these different sheets are going to be put together. So this is what you're working with. So far what we've been working with, let me go back to Revit. And so I'll go back to Revit here. Go to new share and go back out to here. Okay, now this is what it's going to look like when we're all done, okay? But right now, you guys, we left off at this point last week. So at this point, this is all you have. So at this point, you're going to have the exterior walls, and then you also have windows, and you have some doors, okay? And depending upon how far you guys have taken this, you've got all this together right here, and this is basically what it's going to look like. This whole section, like I mentioned, is a group that I actually put together for you guys. That's easy to place in there. And then I've added the different other elements right here. So you should have your garage floors. You should have your basement information down here. So you've got all that right there. This is your basement. And also down here, you got your structural plans, which so we don't have that just yet. So we're going to have to work on that. So we got that going on, and we will go ahead and we'll work on this right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll jump into this right now. A couple things that we do need is I'm going to go back to this one right here. And as I go into this right here, you're going to see that I've got this, okay, which is exterior, which is the basic wall generic, and so forth that we have right there. So I'm just going to go back over to here. We'll take a look at that. And it also exists right here. But what it's missing is the foundation on the bottom. And that's one that I'm going to put in right now. So we got this. Let's just take a look at this real quickly here. So what is this? This right down here is this. This is right here. That is a wall foundation bearing footing, 36 inch by 12 inches. That's what that is right now. Wall foundation bearing footing. Okay, so I have that right there. And also along with that, I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And then there's also going to be the floor that's underneath there. So just to kind of like tilt this up and show that it looks down underneath here, you've actually got that, which is your generic floor, 12-inch generic floor. So I've got those things. So I'm going to put those things in place, make sure that they are where they should be. So back over to here, I'm going to go to this basement, make sure my floor is in place. I don't think my floor is in place yet, so I'm going to put the floor in. So I'll go to my floor. And when I go to floor, I'm going to go to generic 12-inch floor, and which would be right here. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to make a rectangle and go from outside to outside, going from here all the way over to here, boom to boom. And I'll hit my green check mark, and now that's got a floor. And so if I take a look at this right here, I'll be able to take a look at it, and you can see that right there. That's got a floor, okay? And the way I did this, it's got the floor right there. So that's in place. And now the next thing I want to do is I want to place in there the foundation that we talked about. So it's a 36 by 12 inch structural foundation. That's actually under here, under structure. And under structure, you got to go, it's the only thing we put inside the structure. You got architecture, you got structure. And then this one right here is going to be a wall foundation right here. And by default, it's wall foundation bearing footing 36 by 12 inches, okay, is where it's actually showing up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my basement here. Okay, that floor is right there. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put in my, my structural foundation here. So to do that, I'm going to go here, and let's see if I go to here, what have I got? Okay, so that's what I've got in place right there. And I'm going to go to my wall, and I'm going to go ahead and and grab these. Let's see here. Okay, okay, I've actually got to have the wall foundation. So let me go to my basement. There we go. And I'll go ahead and use this. So for here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select these. Oh, hang on a second here. What's that telling me? Okay, so that's okay. I'll go ahead and just get these. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my floor plan so I can see it here. Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and get out of there. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to VG. We'll open up our floors so they can be seen. Turn on my floors here and hit apply and hit okay. So I've got that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my wall. This is going to go underneath here, and I'm going to go ahead and go through these. It's going to should let me. So I'm going to go through these one at a time. All right, you may want to check the attributes. Okay, all right, let's make sure that we are where we should be. One more time. Okay, floors. Okay, looks like all the elements should be there. Okay, all right, well, let's try that again. All right, so we'll go ahead and try one more time. Yeah, okay, that's what it should look like right there. Okay, so that's what it should look like, and didn't get as far as I wanted. Okay, so I'm going through here, and okay. Okay, once I got that all, let me take a look at it, see what we have there, 3D. Okay, that's it right there. Okay, that was a little bit messy, but what you're gonna do is when you're all done, you're gonna have this 36 inch by 12 inch item that's on here. That's actually what you're gonna have in place. And so when you take a look at it underneath, it shows you that right there. And you're gonna have the footing that's gonna be extended out from there. That's what it's gonna look like, okay? So that's there with the floor, it kind of comes together. So again, this is right here, going into here and clicking on it. That is wall foundation bearing footing. So you have to see your walls to be able to put it underneath. Okay, so hopefully that should work out okay for you. So the view that you want to use is you want to go ahead and put it in on this basement view, and structural will actually come in later as far as that goes. So we should be okay there. Should be okay there. All right. So that's how we go ahead and have that. Yes, it looks like there's a couple extra lines here that we don't. Yeah, so we're good to go there. We should be good to go. Okay, so that is how we go ahead and place that together. So once that's in place right there, we would then move on from there. And let's take a look at it in 3D as we've been doing all along. And we can see that you now have this right here. So now, if I go back to here, this is the finished project. And you see that that's got this same kind of a thing going on right there. So we're good to go. And you actually have the underneath like that. So you got that. And again, that's the 36 by 12 inches right there. That's the footing right there. So we're looking pretty good right now. Okay, now that we've done that, I've got that in place. I've got that footing in place, and I've got this is all set. So at this point, our floor information is all in. Okay, so we got all the floor information, so that's good. Over here as well, we got the floor information is in it. So you can look in through the windows, you can see the carpet in both those, and you can see this here. So we're good to go with that. Now, the next thing I want to work on with you guys right here was going to be how we go ahead and put in the stairs. Now the stairs are something that I'm going to start in the basement. I'm going to go down here to the basement. And what I want to do is when you go to the basement, and I'm going to go ahead and close out of this view right here. We'll come back to that later. And close out a couple of these. And I don't need that either. And I don't need that either right now. Okay, so I'm looking at the basement right now. And what I want to do is I want to begin to put in the stairs, but I can't see anything. So when you can't see anything, you're going to notice that right now, as I'm over here right now, what I want to do is I want to make it kind of clear that what I've got over here, I'm going to go to the spotlight over here. Spotlight, come on, you. Well, I guess let's go with spotlight. Okay, so what we got over here is it says floor plan. Okay, this is where we'd actually go here to actually begin to work on this. And what I want to do is down here, I want to take a look at something here. I want to go ahead and take a look down here at the underlay. Okay, right here, there is no underlay, but I want to give myself one. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go ahead and say, you know what I want to see? I want to see level 1. And I want to look up. And I hit apply. And when I do that, you'll notice that right here, I can see the information from level 1. I'm looking up, and that's all I'm seeing. Okay, looks like I'm missing some stuff there. Let me look at level 1 here for a second. Yeah, that should be actually okay. Let's see here. Why am I not seeing those walls? Okay, let me look up again. So I'll go there. I should be seeing underlay. Base level 1, top level. Look up. Okay, I'm not seeing it. Things are acting a little funny today. I don't know why. But anyway, we got this, got that. Let's see, going to here, going to there. Okay, so what I want to see is in this area right here, I want to be able to look up and see that. So I'm going to go to level 1. Okay. For some reason it's not showing up. I don't know why. Okay. All right. Well, it's not. Okay, so that's what that is. So let's try a different view here. I'll go over here and we'll go to the basement. Go over here. So I got that. That looks good. I'm going to go over here to this. Got the basement. And I should be able to go ahead and look here. Why am I don't know why I'm not seeing this, honestly. It's a little bit strange. Looking up and hit apply. Can't see. I don't know why. All right, let me try this. Should be able to see the walls, and I'm not able to see it. Okay, looks for whatever reason I can't see it. Okay. All right, that is not going to help me very much. Okay, so let's see here. How do I do this? The underlays don't work. Let me save this and see if that's maybe it right there. Save this. We have to exit out and go back into it. So I'll save this, and we'll go ahead and move through here. All right, so this is what it looks like here. This is what it looks like there. Okay, save this. Let me go back to my basement view. All right, let's try this again. Okay, it looks like this is still doing this. Okay, we'll make it none. We'll fix it again. For some reason, this is not working, and I don't know why. Go back up to here. Level 1, look up, apply. Okay, for some reason, it's not giving me that. I don't know why. So let's see if I can't use something else to look up here, because I've got to see my underlay to get this to work, and I don't know why it's not working here. This doesn't make any sense. So level 1, this is what I should be seeing, and I'm not seeing this. Let me look at this. Yeah, it's not making any sense. Okay. Apologize for this, folks. This never happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this down and we'll open it up again. So I'm going to shut this one out. So go to File, close out this project, save. Yes, I will. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close out of this one. And I'm going to close out of Revit entirely. I'm going to open it back up. Okay. Okay, I'm going to open this back up. Okay, there's that. I don't think it did what I wanted to. Okay, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, you're supposed to be able to put this in here, and I can't really necessarily stop the presses just to make this work, but I'm going to try here one more time. So I'm going to go back to here, back to over here, and let's see what I got for my basement. And over here, my basement, I've got my underlay is base level, is level 1, and for some reason it's not showing up, and I don't know why. Let's try level 2. Let's apply that. Up. It's not showing me any of my walls. I don't know why it's doing that. It should be showing my wall information. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Well, what it should do is this. I should be able to go into this and take a look at this. And when I do this, when I go to the basement, I should be able to go ahead and put this in here, which is actually my underlay. Let me see how this works here. Go to here and go to my underlay. And underlay range is going to say level 1 and hit apply. And okay, let's see here. Why is this not doing it? Look up. Go there, apply. All right, that's all showing up right there. Now it's showing up here, and for some reason not working in mine. So let me go back over to here. And yeah, I don't know why that's not showing up. It doesn't make any sense. Unless there's an extra floor in here or something. I don't know. I don't know why that wouldn't be showing up, but it should be. So in any case, I'm going to go ahead and try this one more time. I'm going to we'll use level. For some reason, it's just not showing up. Level 1. It's got to be a problem here. All right, look up. Yes, I don't know why it's doing that. It should be showing that. Doesn't make any sense. Let's see here. All right, that's all it should be. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, well, all right. I'm going to have to go ahead and do this anyway. I'm sorry about this. Yours will probably show up on yours, but I'm going to put in a stair. What I want to do is put in my stairs. So when you put in stairs, one of the things about your stairs is your stairs automatically allow you to place them without a lot of problem. Now, my stairs, actually what they do is they actually have a little run in them. Okay, so let me show you how you'd work these stairs. First of all, you want to tell your stairs where they're going to start, where you're going to finish. They want to go from the basement, and you want to go up here to not the grade, but level 1. That's how you want that to go. So grade, so basement to level 1 is what you want them to do. Now, I've got this all set up for you, so there's no problems. 3 foot's already set. So I'm just going to pick a point here. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do a run of stairs. Now, you see as I'm going up here, it's going ahead and it's creating 12 risers. Okay, you see that says that right there? And I'm going to go ahead and click there. Now, when I do that, it goes ahead and it creates that. I hit my green check mark there, and that went ahead and put in my stairs. So let's take a look at it in my 3D view. So I'll go to here, and this is what it looks like.
Sorry, can you share your screen?
I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, thank you. Thank you for saying something. You guys, by the way, I really do need you to kind of give me some feedback because I really don't, it doesn't tell me if you guys are, if this is happening. So it's just going to save us all time if you do that. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so some reason, okay, we're back to here. And thank you for saying something. And I'll go back to here and we'll share this again. There we go. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you install that. So that, okay, just as well, didn't learn that much. Okay, so this is what it looks like right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the basement here. And as I take a look at the basement, this is what this looks like for this one. And I'm going back to here. And this is what I just put in these stairs right here. And since you guys didn't see that, I'm going to go ahead and redo this again. So I'm going to go ahead and go through here, and I'm going to get out of here. Okay. So yes, I want to cancel. Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to put some stairs in. So to do this, I go to stairs, and when I do this, you'll notice that it's got a default here for assembled stair. The base level is basement. You want to change the top level up here to the level 1, what you want to do right here. So once you got that, all you have to do is pick 2 points. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to pick a point here and pull it up like there, and you'll notice that right here, it's telling me how many stairs are being created. So go ahead and click it there, and when I do that, I have to end it. Okay, I can either say I didn't like it, or I can hit on this green check mark. And when I do that, there it is right there. Now let's see how it came out. I'm going to go and take a look at this in 3D. And that's actually the wrong one. I want to go to this one. This is one that's partially done. And what I want to do is I'm going to make a section box. I talked about this before, but I go to the section box. And I can go to here, and I can hit apply. And when I do that, it looks like this. And I'm going to be able to take this and kind of move this in a little bit. And you should be able to see your stairs. So go to there, and there they are right there. So you got the stairs. I just did a basic stair, and there's obviously a few problems with them, but the basics are right there. You see the stairs actually protruding through the floor right there. I'd have to make a hole in them and so forth, but we see, okay, that's how you make stairs. Now, before we go any further, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my finished one. And when I go to my finished one right here, let me show you what these stairs look like, because these stairs actually are a little bit different. If I go to the basement on this one, and if I go to the basement here, you see the stairs look like this. The stairs actually, you'd come in the front door, you'd turn the corner, and there'd be one step up to this landing, and then you take the rest of the stairs up. That's the way some stairs are. They have a landing. This particular set of stairs does. So there's a landing right there. So you have one step, and then it turns. Okay, so it's going to be an L-shaped type thing. So going up here, I'm going to get rid of these stairs because, you know, even though I know they work, I'm going to put in some that work the right way. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to my stairs, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. So I'm going to pick a point right around here, and I can always place them there. So I'm going to go over one item right there, and I'm going to go ahead and click. Then I'm going to go ahead and go like this and go like that. And when I do that, I'm able to go ahead and create 2 different elements. Okay, so I went ahead and picked 2 points. Let me show you that again real quickly. So I'm going to go again, go to my stairs. Now watch what I do here. I'm going to start it right around here. I'm going to pick a point here. I go over and I put in 1 step, put it there. Then I pull my cursor. Notice where my cursor is right now. I'm going to go over here and go over like this. Then I'm going to go up like this, like that. What I do, I'm going to click, and look at that. That's what they look like right there. That's what your stairs look like. They went ahead, and I now have them turned over. And at this point, I can actually do a little bit of tweaking on here. And what I can do is I can grab this and drag this end down a little bit so that it goes like that. So actually, I just have a landing that looks like that. And that's what I want right there. Now, at this point, I'm going to hit the green check mark. And when I do, it finishes those. Now, let's take a look at those. So go back to here. And when I take a look at these right here, you're going to see that now they're coming up right here. And if I pull this back a little bit, you'll see that I actually have a landing there. So let me go ahead and pull it out just a little bit, see if I can't do that. And you can see the landing starting right there. I'm going to go out just a little bit further so you guys can see it. And I went too far, so I'm going to go back just a little bit. All right, you get the idea, though, that there's a landing right there. Okay, so the landing allows you to actually go through here, and it turns the corner right there. And, well, you get the idea. Okay, but it turns the corner, you got that. So there they are. They're turning the corner right there. So that's actually how they want to look, how you want them to look. So I've got that, and then going back to here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these, and I'm going to shove them into the corner. So I'm going to take them, I'm just going to do this. I'm using my arrow keys right now, and I can just go ahead and kind of shove them into the corner. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and place them, and they kind of have like a casing around them. Just going to place them right in that corner there. And then when I do that, that is actually how those would look. So I have that. I'm going to go ahead and just make this hidden line like that. And that is actually how those should look, okay? As we go along through here, that's what they're going to look like. So now that I have that in place right there, what I would want to do after that is I then want to take a look at how these actually come together. So let me do one other thing here now that I've got that. Then I'll take a look at it in 3D. And when I take a look at it in 3D, you can now see that, yep, there they are. And they're actually protruding through the floor right there, which is exactly what it is. Now, one thing I don't like is I don't like these railings. I don't think they look quite right. So I'm just going to get rid of those railings right there. We could put something later, like a handrail or something. But you'll notice that they're actually coming up, and they're actually protruding. They should be protruding to the floor, and they're not. Oh, they are protruding to the floor because, or are they? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, they are. Actually, You got that right there. So that actually should be protruding to the floor. Oh, I didn't make them degrade. That's why. Okay. That's what I did wrong. I should have made them to the first floor and I didn't. Level 1. Okay. Okay, there they are. So they're actually extending through the floor right there. Okay, so that's what you've got going on right there. So you put in your stairs. Okay, now let me show you something else here. When you have stairs right here and you want to extend them through, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to click on them. And when I have them, I can actually extend them up by going to edit stairs or selecting levels I want them to go up. So they won't let me do it in that view. So I'm going to go back to the basement and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select these stairs. When I select the stairs, I'm going to go to select levels, and it demands that I go to a certain level. It's going to do this for you. It's going to say, you can't do this. You have to do it from an elevation. So the east view works out just fine, and now you had to pick where you want them to go. So we've already done basement to level 1. Now I want to go level 1 to level 2. So we're going to go up to here, and we do that, and then when we have that, we hit the check mark, and then at this point, we're going to take a look at it and see how we did. Now you can see your stairs are there. That's how you extend them from one level to the next. So now you got 2 sets of stairs, and they go up there. Now, you'll notice that they don't actually do a real great job going through the floor, but we're going to fix that later, so we're going to do that. But that's how you put the stairs in. So once the stairs are in, the next thing you'd have to do is you'd have to actually cut a hole in the floor for those because there has to be an opening for those. So I'm going to go here and go to my floor plan for level 1 right here. So I've got this right here, and I've got my floor. So if I can find my floor here, I'm going to try to select it. And right there, I'm using my tab key, by the way. You put your cursor over like where your floor should be and hit the tab key. And notice that down here at the lower left part of my screen down here, watch this down here. I'm gonna hover over this, and as I hit my tab key, it now says, I click on that and it says floor wood truss. So that tells me I've got it. Now, at this point, what I wanna do is I wanna edit the boundary. So I go to edit the boundary, and now you see this, remember this purple line. The purple line is what we use. So for the purple line, I'm going to click on it here and pull this line back over to right around here. All right, that's where I want it to go because that's where I want the floor to end. I'm going to go here. I'm going to pull this right up here. And this one's going to go straight up to here, like right around that location there. All right, then once I have that, I'm going to continue drawing lines. So I go up in here, use my line command. I'm going to go ahead and draw. And this is all just like going back to AutoCAD type stuff. Go to there and go to there. Now, at this point, I might not have very neat lines, so I want to trim them. So this is the tool I use for that, trim, extend a corner. Okay, and there's going to be a little video that comes up here, and this shows us how to actually trim and extend a corner. So you actually can do this, and that's used to trim or extend, or you could actually use it for something else. I'm going to use this. I'm going to go ahead and going to trim and extend these two right here. I'm going to do the same thing with here and here. And as long as I got a couple good lines right there, and I think I did, I'm going to hit the green check mark. And it tells me, do you want to attach them? Not right now. Don't attach those. So now you see what I've got right there. I've actually got my floor. My floor is actually in place right there. And that's actually making room for that. So let's take a look at it in 3D again. You'll notice that, okay, check that out. Now you're seeing right there that there is a hole in the floor. Okay, so I got the hole in the floor right there. So I'm going to repeat that for the second floor. So I go to the second floor. And I want to find the floor again. So I hold my cursor over this and hit my tab key till it lights up. I click on it. And I'm going to do the same thing, edit boundary. I'm going to edit the boundary by clicking here, pulling it back. So click here and pull this back some, like this. And I'm going to go ahead and drop it right around there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to click here and pull this one up and go right up to there like that. So I've got that. And then when I've got that, I'm going to go through, let me make sure I've got, make sure I'm seeing people. Okay, you guys are good. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my line command. I'm going to go from here over to there and then all the way down to here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I've got that. Now, if it doesn't match perfectly, that's okay because I can just check it. And I'm going to go and hit continue so it doesn't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and use my extended corner. So I'm going to go here to here. Make sure those go, and I'm going to go from here to here. And when I do that, then I'm going to hit the green check mark and don't attach. And you'll notice that right now you've got that, and watch this. When I throw it in 3D, I've got a hole in the floor. So I got holes in the floor on both sides, and I can see that it actually is going up through there. And looks like you can't see it too well through there, but let's see here. It looks like, okay, what did it not get? Did it not? Okay, it didn't go through the ceiling, or what didn't it go through? Yeah, it's right there. Okay, looks like it went through here, but didn't go through there. Did not. Okay, looks like it didn't go through. Okay, there's a ceiling here. What is this right here? Oh, the ceiling. Okay, so I have to go ahead and I have to cut the ceiling out too. So the ceiling, I'm going to go here and go to my level 1 ceiling. Go to my level 1 ceiling here, and what I need to do is, looks like I've got this. That's that, and that's my ceiling right there. So I click on the ceiling. Okay, so, all right. Okay, I want to edit the boundary of the ceiling. So I'm going to do the same thing because the ceiling, I have to make room because I couldn't actually see it going through all the way. So I'm going to drag this back. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this and pull it right back up to here. And we'll go there, and I'll go here as well. All right, we'll go to there, like this. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and complete this, and this is how we go ahead and make this work in Revit. And so Revit allows us to go like this and pull this down. And then if those don't quite match up, we learned before we can just use this tool. So we can go to here and connect them, and we'll go over here and do here and here. Okay, and then the test, green check mark. All right, and so now let's take a look at it in 3D, see if that looks like it's supposed to. Okay, and what do we have here? We now have, yeah, stairs are now actually all the way through. They're actually through the floor. So you might, if you already put the ceiling in, you might have to go through and open up the ceiling too. That's why putting the ceiling in at the end of it is probably the better way to go. But anyway, you got that, and we're looking pretty good there. Okay, so what we did there is we went ahead and put these elements together, and we now have stairs, we now have floors. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape there. We talked about the ceilings, and so I definitely have a ceiling here for the first floor. I need to put a ceiling for the second floor. So that means I'll go here to level 2, and you'll notice there's a ceiling plan over here. So there's floor plans, there's ceiling plans. So I'll go to level 2 for there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that in. So right now, what I'm not seeing right now is I'm not seeing the stairs. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to see those. So ceiling, I'm not seeing that. So I'm going to go ahead and change this. Oh, it looks like I'm still in that mode right there. Okay, so let me go back to here. And it looks like we're still in there. No, looks like, okay, so I can deselect it. Okay, so back to level 2. Okay. And I want to go ahead and I want to see let's try level 1, apply. Okay, I can see it now. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put in the ceiling here for level 2. Okay, so level 2, I want to put in the ceiling. So go to ceiling right here. I'm going to go ahead and draw it. Okay, because right here, if I try to put a ceiling in, it's only going to get the parameters of these. So I'm going to sketch the ceiling right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and go right around here. So I'm going to go to here, stop it here, go over, and then down to here. And this is leaving me room for the, for all this right here. And we go ahead and complete it like that. All right, there we go. Hit the green check mark. Okay, and that's my ceiling there. So once I'm done, I can then go ahead and take a look at it in 3D, and we'll see that I now have ceilings on both of these. So I've got a ceiling in place and a floor, and you can see that there's not a ceiling in the basement, but there's a ceiling here, and there's a ceiling here. Okay, so I got ceilings in place right there. So now I got my ceilings in place. You can actually see it right there. You can see that right up there, and the walls are extending over it. So that's how we go ahead and begin to make that work. So now we're getting pretty good here. So we've got a lot going on here, and it's all starting to make some sense here. Hopefully it is to you guys. And going back to here, there's your stairs now. That's what they look like down in the basement. So that's what we have right there. So that's floors, that's stairs, that's ceilings. Those all kind of work in the same way. Now, the porch is something that I actually have put together for you. It's just a question. So I'm just going to stay here, and I'm on the basement right now, so I don't want to be in the basement. I want to go to the grade level. I'm going to go, actually, let's go to floor plan. Let's go to level 1. We'll go to level 1. When I go to level 1, it looks like this here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull in this item, have it at the very bottom, and it's under here, under my groups. I got groups, detail under model. I've got this right here, front porch. So I click on the front porch and drag it over here, and you'll see it right there. I can actually start to see it right now. And that I think actually, I'm going to go ahead and drop it right around here. drop it right there. Okay, and you can see it looks like this right here. So now I'm having a tough time seeing it, so I'm going to go to a different level, see if I can't manipulate it a little bit better. Yeah, there it is. There it is right there. That's the roof line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to just use my arrow keys to kind of put it in place, okay, like that. And I might need to go a little bit further so it does that. Yeah, it looks pretty good there. Now, once I've got that in place, let's take a look at it and make sure it went into the proper configuration. So to do this, I'm going to turn off my section box here. And when I turn off the section box, it looks like this. And look at that. That came in pretty nicely. So let's take a look at it from the side. And if I take a look at it from the side, it looks like we are in business. Looks pretty good there. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, that's, well, actually just a little bit over. Okay, so you need to go like this, like that, and now it's right in place. Okay, so now the porch has been added, and that is how we go ahead and make that work right there. So that's how you put the porch. Now again, I made the porch for you, so all you just got to do is slide it into place right there. So that's a huge thing. I used to make my students do that, and it took them way too long. Okay, so we got that. So we got the porch. Now the next thing is you're going to notice we're missing the shutters here. Now the shutters are pretty easy to put on. So you typically just want to go to a front view like this right here. And what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place my shutters on here. So where would the shutters happen to be? Well, the shutters are located just where we were looking before. Okay, same location. Actually down here with all these groups. And these are actually called generic. I think they're called generic models. Under the plus sign, you got generic models here, and you'll see under here, you've got shutter, high res. Now, you'll notice that the window on the bottom, that's 6 feet tall, and these are 5 feet tall. So I'm gonna grab the 24 by 72, and I'm gonna go ahead and take it and drag it up into here. And I'm gonna take it and move it right over here. I'm gonna just try to find a location here and drop it, and then I'll move it into position as I need to. So go ahead and drop it there, and that's it right there. So once I got one of them in place, I could then just take it, highlight it, and use my arrow keys to kind of like place it like that. So I've got that right there, and I will go ahead and do the same thing over here. I'm going to go ahead and then I could just mirror it. I could use my mirror command or use something else. So I just go here, and I'll go ahead and let's see here. It won't let me find a mirror. I don't think it will let me find a mirror. So I'll draw an axis. So I'll go here. Come on, you. Let me do it. Okay. So let's see if I can't do this again. Oh, you know what it doesn't like? It doesn't like the fact that I'm not in an elevation. So I'm going to go into an elevation so I can see this a little bit better because it doesn't really like to do things this way. So that would be the south elevation, I think. Yeah, that's better. And then now that I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and try and flip that. So I'm going to take this and move it over so there's no gap between the window and that. Okay, and once I have that, I'll see if I can't maybe now do a mirror. Okay, you don't have to do it this way. I'm just trying to show you another way to do things. So I'm going to go to here, and will that let me pick? No, won't let me do that. So let me try it this way. Let's see if I can draw an axis. It won't let me do that either. Okay, so it's not letting me do that. Okay, so that's okay. Well, that's okay. We can just take it and we can make a copy. We can go ahead and create similar right here. And when I do this, I can just go ahead and pull it right over there and drop it. And then at that point, I would do the same thing. I just go ahead and take it and maneuver it into proper position. And in this case, it's kind of like real life where you just kind of like gotta kind of eyeball it, you know, so go ahead and do that like that. Okay, so I've got that in place. Okay, so that's my shutters. Those are the 6-foot shutters. And I got some shutters for the top here too. And those are located up under here, under this. I've got a 24 by 60 inch right here. Let's go ahead and pull this on up here. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop this right along here somewhere, like that. Okay, drop it right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pull this in position by just doing this, all right, like that. And we got that in position. Then I do the same thing, okay? So this is, you know, you guys get the idea. I'll go here, and when you click on it, I can then right click on it, and I could go ahead and go to create similar, and it gives me another one. I just drop it. Now you go ahead and continue doing that just to get it full of these right here. And I'll put another one right over here just to kind of get it basically there. All right, now once I've got it, once I've dumped them into there, I can then place them, you know, just by using that kind of a thing. And yeah, that's what we have there. That's to go over here. And you got that. And then over on this side, you've got this up here like that. And then we do the same thing with this one. This one's got to go over a little bit. All right, all right. Okay, you got that right there. And so that's what you got as far as those. And I apologize for the kind of not really great color for the green shutters. You can change that later, but for right now, I just want to get them in place. You can always edit them a little bit later if you want to. But there's the shutters. That's how you put those in place, okay? So then, now that we have that, you've got light fixtures. Now the light fixtures are actually these right here. They actually look like this. And you'll notice that you got one right here. This is actually a wall lamp bracket, 150 watt incandescent. Wall lamp bracket, 150 watt incandescent. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue on with that. And we'll go to here and let's see here. That should be somewhere probably under lighting. Yeah, wall lamp bracket, 150 watt incandescent. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put this into here. And you're going to notice right here, it's going to try to find this. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and drop it here. Yeah, it goes somewhere right around here like that. Boom. And you'll notice it's trying to find a surface. And so I can go ahead and drop it somewhere along that, like there, like that. And that's how I'd go ahead and place those. Okay, so I've got those in place right there. So these are kind of like finishing touches right there. But there's more to it than this. But that gives you an idea. So let's take a look at it in 3D, see how we're looking here. Take a look at it in 3D, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it so it looks better. And go like this. And there we go. Now it's starting to look like something. That's looking real good here. So we're starting to make some good progress on this. And as we go through here, you can actually see this right here. And that's actually got kind of a glass that you can see through there. Okay, so we're looking good there. So you got the shutters, the light fixtures. So we got all those things right there. So we are looking pretty good. And then the very last thing that we're going to do for tonight, and then this is going to be probably a little bit shorter night. I'm kind of condensing some of this material. And we're kind of like doing this right here. But before I go any further, let me just kind of do a quick spot check, make sure you guys are still with me. Dimitri, any questions about this, or is that making some sense here?
I'm good so far.
Okay, Julius, is this making sense here?
Yeah, I'm getting caught up.
Okay, all right. Kelly, how's it going with you? Is that making sense?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, Nathan, how's it going with you? Okay, Shanna, is that working okay for you and Alex?
Yep, we're doing good.
Okay, all right. All right, Omar, how's it going with you?
Good.
Okay, all right, good. So that's how you do this. Now, just to kind of like put a little finer point on this, just to give you an idea as far as what you can do with Revit, I actually got approached recently by an outside company that actually wanted me to recommend one of my students who could do Revit for a job. Okay, and so I was like, whoa, okay. And the thing is, it's just a one-time project type thing, but it could turn into more. So I'm just telling you this right now, just to let you know that there's definitely jobs in AutoCAD and Revit. It's a real thing. I'm not making this up. I'm actually doing some other things. I did some training a few weeks ago for a guy who works for FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. FEMA, they're the people that come in after a hurricane or come in after an ice storm or something. They come in and help people out. And I had a guy from FEMA who wants me to help him out. So I'm telling you, there's work out there. I'm just telling you. So I know I'm showing you this, and I know this is, I really wish you were all in the same class together, because I can't tell whether you guys are listening to me or doing Facebook or what you're doing. So right now, I wish it was a little easier, but I just do hope you're kind of picking some stuff up here, because it really could help you. It really could. It's meant a lot for me, and but I already got a job. But hopefully you guys can kind of pick up on this. But if you show an interest, and you do good work, I could probably give you a recommendation next time I get a call. So anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, so now that we've done this, we've done floors, stairs, ceilings, porch, shutters, light fixtures. Okay, we've done all those things. So now going back to here, I'm going to go back to this project. This is the complete one right here. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you one last thing that we're going to work on. And we did this before for the other one, and that is the wall section. Okay, the wall section looks like this here. Now this is essentially a floor to roof wall section, pretty much what we did for the garage, only this has more going on right here. So let me show you something here. If I take a look at this here, you have to put in a section marker to actually see this. Let's see where that section marker is. So I'm going to go to here. I'm going to turn it on. This is my first floor plan. This is the finished one. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on my notation right here, my annotation. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on my section marker right here. Section marker is going to be down here. Section. So I'll turn this on. I'm going to show you something here. So we'll apply it and you see it. Now this is my section marker right here. This is A106. And you'll notice what it's doing right here when I click on it it shows me right here just what the area is that's being defined. It's only giving me this little corner right there. That's all I have right there. That's all that I want. So I started here and the flag goes down there, and I just want to have this little area right there. That's all that I want. So I'm going to do the same thing here because I'm going to ultimately want to make the same kind of thing that I did before. So I'm going to go back over to here and go back over to level 1. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in that that section. So I do that. To do this, you go to your view. You click on view right here. On your you go to the view tab, then you go to section. This is just what we did before. Section, I want to make it a wall section here. So I want to change to a wall section. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to pick a point here. And I'm going to go up like this. And I'm going to go like that. Now you notice it's facing the wrong direction. So these arrows let me flip it. So I'll flip it over like that. And I'm going to pull it back like this. So it's just this kind of section like that there. Then when I've got that, I'm going to click on the tip of it. When I click on the tip of it, I go to there, and there is my section view right there. That's what it looks like. That's the starting view right there. And that is what I would start with. This is what I would use to go ahead and start to make this all into what I want it to look like. So that is what the view looks like. So going back over here to my, let's see here, over this. So let's see, not that one. Okay, that's there. And let's see here. Okay, this is this one right here, and this is this one right there. Yes, okay, so we got this one. Let's see how this one goes. That one goes like that. Okay, so it goes right over, it overlaps a little bit. Okay, that's what it does there. So that's what we have there, and that's what the section looks like. Okay, so now we have the section here. I just want to start to clean it up, and this is just what we've seen before. I'm going to go here and go to hide in view, this category, and that's hidden. And now I've got this left. Okay, so I've got all these different elements right here. So this is what I start with. Now going back over to this other wall section, which is over here, you're going to see that you've got this right here, and you've got these different elements that kind of like come in here, and they kind of protrude in through the wall here. So you got these different kind of elements, and that's what you have going on there. And you also have these elements up there. So this is all information that's kind of showing up here. Let me make sure my section looks okay here. Let me go back to here for a second. Oh, I did a building section on that. That's why. Oh, all right. Let me try this again. I'm going to make a building section, see if that doesn't work out better. So I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to close out of this one, cancel out of there. I'm going to just go ahead and, yeah, I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to try a new one. I'll go back to level 1, and I'm going to make a, make this into a, okay. Looks like somebody showed up here. All right. Okay, thanks, Nathan. I hear you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, moving on through here. Okay, what I want to do right now is I want to begin to continue on through here, and I want to make this work right here for you guys. So again, what I'm doing is I've got this right here. It shows me this. This is the building section. I'm going to go to this section right here. I don't know if I can change this into a building section. I'll check it, see if it'll work. Changing a building section, I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I don't know. So it actually just turns into a section. It looks like I'm seeing all these elements right here. It doesn't look quite right. Let's see here. So I've got these elements in here. Oh, I think I know what it is. It's because I took the ceiling and I put the ceiling inside the wall there. That's what that problem is. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so once you've got this right here, it would be the same kind of thing we did before where you've got this. Okay, so you got these different elements coming through here. So this actually comes through to the edge right here. And so does this right here. So those actually do that. So that would be I would need to do some cleanup on my part right here. So going back out here, I could actually go ahead and, go ahead and take a look at this. And let's see here. I'll go ahead and, let's see, can I bring that to the front? No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, okay, and then this right here, how do I want to do this? All right. Okay, so that's right there, and then this is right here. Okay, so that would be something I would need to actually pull a little bit. Okay, so we've got these different elements. All right, let me do a quick thing here. So taking a look at level 1 for this one. Okay, so you've got these different elements that are here. Okay, 1 second here. Take a look at that right there. Okay, so you got these different sections. Okay, how does I have that drawn? So I might have had, okay, in any case, this thing works depending, no matter how you did this, it's all gonna be the same kind of thing. Okay, so now that we have this right here, we saw before the kind of things that we want to put in place right here. You got these floors, you got these things that are in place right here, and what you'd want to do is you'd want to begin to call these different elements out right here. So this is how we could actually do a couple things here. What we could do is actually, like this right here doesn't really, I could probably do this, just kind of pull this over right to the end here like this, do that. And this actually, and when you do this, by the way, it actually works on the other side. So you got that. And then these other elements right here, I've got this, and then I got this right here. Yeah, so those are like that right there. Okay, and then I could actually even do this kind of a thing here. I could take this and I could, okay, that's all looking pretty good right there. And then this right here, for whatever reason, it's kind of like occluding it, but that's okay. So we got this right here. So what I would do is I'd begin to put in the different kinds of information that I have on this other thing. Like right here, that actually should be that wall right there. That should actually, instead of that, that should actually be a like a cement poured wall right there. Cancel out of there. Let's see, what is that right there? That's basic wall generic. Okay, 8-inch. Okay. And let me go back to here. This is basic wall generic 8-inch as well. Okay, and it's not giving me any kind of fill. So that's something that I want to go ahead and I want to change there. So I'll go back to this wall section here. Trying to figure out how that is like that. Okay, yeah, this is filled with a different kind of fill. Okay, so that's actually got a fill inside of it. Okay, and yeah, not sure how that is there. Okay, so you've got, okay, so you've got two different fills inside there. Okay, that's fine. All right, so what you do right here is, if you're not showing that here, I go to here and see if I can't get more detail on here. I go to find, okay, there it is. So I go to find and it shows the detail that I actually needed to see there, which is now in place there. And then what I do here is there's a couple things here that I would actually probably want to go ahead and maybe just kind of pull this over to here. So it's more like this, and go ahead and let that go. And just to kind of like keep all this the way it should. And these things can just be taken and edited, you know, a little bit by a little bit here. And we can go ahead and do this. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Okay. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Okay, so we'll go there, and then we got that in place right there. Okay, so now we have that, and that's how your wall would look for that right there. So now you have this right here. Now this right here is a wood stud. Okay, it's not necessarily showing us any wood, so that's something that we would we could actually kind of move forward to that. Okay, so you have this right here, and what you begin to do now is you begin to start to label these things together as far as what they say. Like for instance, this is 12-inch wood joist. Notice that this says 1/2 inch by a foot, by the way, down here. That's your scale. So 1/2 inch by a foot. We'll go ahead and change this from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch equals a foot, just because you want to keep these equal. Okay, there we go. And then what I would do here is you'll notice that you've got this this region right here. That's called your crop region. And I'm going to turn that off. So to turn off the crop region, it's a rectangle. The rectangle that's around here right now, I can turn this off by going here. I can turn it on. I can turn it off right there. So I'm going to turn it off, okay, just to give myself some information. And it's already starting to look a little bit better. Now, one of the things that I want to do here is I actually want to put inside here insulation inside this wall. Insulation has to go inside that wall. That's pretty typical. So if I take a look at this right here, you'll see I got insulation going all the way up to here and up to there. And then this actually breaks it right here. So we'll go ahead and we'll put the insulation all the way up through there. So to do that, this is under annotate. And under annotate, you've actually got insulation right here. So I just grab the insulation, grab it here. And this is the same kind of thing that we did before. I'm going to click it here. I'm going to go straight up here. And I'm going to go all the way up to the top. Just going to go ahead and insulate that all the way right up to there. And then I'll go ahead and fix it later. Now it's already starting to look better. Okay, as soon as you get the insulation in, it starts to kind of start to look like something, starts to look like a real element. And I'm going to move it over a little bit so it fits inside the wall cavity like that. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start to use these lines right here. I'm going to start to draw over the top because this right here, these are kind of, for lack of a better word, they're arguing with each other. So what I want to do is I want to take a look at my floor, make sure that that's okay, because I was working with this. Yeah, we're good to go there. Let's see, is that the one you wanted? No, you want, I think this one. Let's see here. That's a complete one right there. Okay, yep, so it's this one. Okay, this is the one I want. Okay, so going into this one right here, this is the one I'm drawing. And as I go through this right now, and as I'm drawing the section right now, I've got this right here. Now, one thing I could do right here, I could actually draw lines over here, which is kind of what you want to do here. As you begin to work with this, you could put in what is called here a masking region or a filled region. I use a masking region. So watch what happens when I do a masking region here. I can go ahead and make a rectangle here, and I can actually just go right over the top of this, and I could actually go right from here and right over to here, and I could pull it right out to as far as I need to go right here, and that will break up the wall. I want to hit the green check mark, boom. I want to go ahead and bring that to the front. Now you see that right there? I'm not, basically what that's doing right there is actually it's occluding that. Then I just need to continue those lines over. So lines like this, they're called detail lines, and I could go here and just use thin lines. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do just that. I'm going to go draw lines right across here like that. And this is just how we complete this and make it look like it's complete. And this is how we just go ahead and make this work. So there's a little bit of this, like we talked about before, you're kind of cheating a little bit, but that's okay because that's how Revit plays the game. This is what you'd actually do. And this is how you make stuff happen in Revit. So that's how it works. So yeah, this is actually how professionals do it. This is how they do it. And so what you're doing right here is getting good at this is actually a good skill because they need people that can do these kind of things. All right, pull this right back a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw a line straight down there. Well, it's already there. So there, now what you got is that kind of a thing there, which is the way it should look, okay? That's actually the way that should go. And that's how you'd actually have that. And you just might get pulled back a little bit more, but it gives you the idea. And so we talked about this before, and that's how we go through the masking process and putting all this together. And then as we go down here, let me go down to here again. And as we go down to here, there's a couple elements in place that we talked about before. You've got right here a 2x4 sole plate, which is right down here, and an anchor bolt. And to put those in here, same thing we did before. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 2x4 in there. And to do this, we go down here and we use this stuff. Okay, down here you've actually got your detail items. Okay, so under your detail items, which are right here, detail items right here, you would have underneath here your anchor bolts are there, and down here you have your nominal cut lumber section. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go ahead and drag this in, and I'm going to take this, and you see it's in place right now. I hit my space bar and it rotates it, and I just go ahead and drop it right there. And there is that. And then I've got a double top plate up here at the top. So I go ahead and place this up here too. So I go ahead and rotate it a couple times, and we'll go ahead and put this in like this. All right, we'll go ahead and drop this here, and we'll go ahead and drop this one here like that. Okay, and then it looks like I missed that, so I'll do it one more time. Okay, this can go right up here. Okay, so we got those in place. All right, and then what I've got, once I've got that, I want to go ahead and put in an anchor bolt down here. And the anchor bolt, well, I would actually take this, and the anchor bolt is right up here. I've got anchor bolt, hook side, and I'm going to use 3/4 inch. Go ahead and pull this in, and the same thing we used before. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same element, take it and drop it right around there. And then I might have to move it a little bit, but that's okay. You click on it and just use your arrow keys to kind of like place it in position. And if it won't get quite where you want it to, you just go and just zoom a little closer. That'll give you the ability to get totally where you want to be. And that's how you go ahead and place that. So what you've got right there is those elements are now in place. And this one, you probably want to send it to the back. All right, like that. So when you got that, that's actually kind of going through there, and that's how that would work. Then the last thing that you begin to put in, once you, and of course you got to do the rest of the detail, and you go ahead and do that. As you do that, looks like I'm missing a line there. Yeah, it's kind of funny the way this thing works. Sometimes these lines, they kind of come and go depending upon how much you zoom in. So if you're not sure, you go ahead and just draw it in, and just to get it where it should be, just so that it completes it. There you go. And then once you got that in place right there, you've got these different elements. And then what we would do is we'd begin to put in our notes. And I'll just go ahead and put in one or two, just so you guys get the idea. So the different notes that we would talk about would be like, for instance, over here, we're talking this one. We've got the 2x4 sole plate and the 9-inch anchor bolt. So 2x4 sole plate and the anchor bolts. Let me go here, and I'm going to put in text, which is right up here. I go to text, and I want to have a leader, 2-segment leader. And I'm going to go ahead and call this my anchor bolt, my sole plate. So I'll go ahead and call this the 9-inch anchor bolt. So I'll go ahead and click a point here. I'll go there and go like that. And I'll go and say 9 inch, and I'll go ahead and do this anchor bolt like that. Okay, and all right, and let's see here. Okay, and that should be pretty close to it. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay, looks about right. 9-inch anchor bolt. Yep, and then back over to here. All right. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Except I did a blend of caps and others, so I'll just go ahead and back this out. And CHORBOLT like that. Okay, and then I'll also say a 2x4 sole plate like this, just to get the hang of it. I'll go ahead and go here, grab it here, and I'll go ahead and do this. All right, and I'll say 2x4 sole plate, like that. All right, and then once you got that, you'll have them kind of stacked up on top of each other, and the final look will be something like that right there. If they need to be made smaller, you could actually do that. I think this one's going to be okay. I think that's the right size. So let me see what size these are. Over here, when I grab these are actually 1/4 inch over here. And I think these are 1/4 inch too. So go here, and they're 1/4 inch as well. So 1/4 inch area works out just fine. And that is how you would go ahead and put that together. And so that is how you'd make your wall section. Same thing that we did for the custom garage, only this one's got more detail because it's going from floor to ceiling, but you do it the same way. So that is about all I'm going to do for you guys there. The rest of this stuff I'll let you guys kind of figure out how to do, but pay attention to these things right here. This is where you're going to want to do something like a masking region on top of this. And this is where you would go ahead and make like a rectangle. It usually works about best for these. And I just go from here and go down to there, and we go ahead and do that. And we hit that. And I'm just going to say for my outside lines, I'm going to say go ahead and just make them thin lines like that. And hit my green check mark, and you do that right there. And at that point, if your lines don't show up, you can click on the object and go to edit the boundary. And then you can go ahead and grab these lines individually and say, you know what, I want that to be a thin line. And I want this over here to be a thin line, just so that they fit. Because right now they came in invisible, so I want to change them. Thin lines, actually it was thin. And then we'll go here again, do thin again. And this is how we go ahead and place these in here. Okay, like that. And they hit the green check mark. When you do that, it looks like that right there. And you know, this one line, I probably could just leave that as invisible, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and fix that because you're gonna have to go back and forth and do a little bit of tweaking on these things. So that's gonna be an invisible line right there. So we'll go ahead and go to invisible lines, and we'll hit the green check mark, and it looks like that. That's how you want it to look. So as you get through here, you're going to have this together, and the final result is going to be like you have right here. I'm going to do a new share. I'm going to go over here to my to these right here, okay? And this is the plans. Can you guys see the construction documents here?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what I've got right here, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to put all these notes in here, and it's going to be all the way down. Most of the stuff is going to be pretty straightforward as far as putting this together here. And so you're just going to go ahead and kind of use this as your guide, and you're going to go ahead and go through these, and you're going to go ahead and make these work, item by item like that. But as you go through here, they're going to look good, and you're going to just spend your time doing that. So that is how this goes. So that completes that. And we're just going to go ahead, and I think we're going to park it right there. So right now, that's going to be it for tonight. Then next week, we're going to put them all into what we used to do when we were in classroom is we'd put all of our documents into onto sheets, and then we'd actually plot them in class, but we're not going to be able to do this. So what we're going to do is next week, once you guys have all this done, I'm going to show you guys how to put these into sheets and turn them into a PDF. And then that way you could send them around and use it as basically as kind of like a little bit of a portfolio of something that you've done. So that's all that we've got for tonight. So we're going to just park it right there. And as always, the rest of this time is lab time for you guys to work. And, I will be available to answer questions. But we're going to stop right there. But before I stop, are there any questions about anything that we've covered so far? No? Okay. Well, I'm just going to park it right there. And I'm just going to stop the recording right here. And